Please let me know if you can hear me. I tired actually. But we can proceed. All right. Yesterday we started Power BI, and I introduced Power BI to us. Who can define Power BI to us? Right? Anybody can remember the definition of Power BI?
Let me try.
Okay, please go ahead, ma'am.
Power BI is a standalone Microsoft Business Intelligence tool, which includes the desktop and web-based applications for loading, modeling, and visualizing data.
Awesome. You are absolutely right. Thank you. Thank you. So, from that definition, we established yesterday that Power BI is an application that allows us to perform three things. We load data with it, right? We transform data with it, and we visualize data with it, right? We load, right? You load, you model, and you visualize, right? You load, model, and visualize, right? And yesterday I mentioned, even though I'm sure that you might not hear it that way, but I mentioned that Power BI is an ETL tool, right? Power BI, I hope you can see my screen, is an ETL tool, right? What does that mean? Extract, transform, load, right? ETL, extract, transform, load. Power BI can do this. So we can use Power BI to extract data from different sources. We can use it to transform the data, right? And we can use it to load the data into the Power BI environment. So Power BI is a very interesting application. And yesterday we looked through all the functionalities, right? Basically the home page or the window, the Power BI window.
I want to
Please help me mute yourself, please. I want to believe that some of us have, everybody here has installed their Power BI. All right, if you have, please launch it up. All right. Today I'm going to I just want you to watch what I do. Right. I just want you to watch what I do. I'll share some data with you that you're going to use, that we're going to use for this program. Right. But just watch what I'll do. Right. I won't take your time so much this night. Right. Power BI is interesting. Once we're done with the class, I'll share the video of the class. I'll share the data with you so that you can practice. It's very, very important for you to practice, right? The same way you practiced with SQL is the same way you practice with Power BI. If you practice, you will know these things, right? It's very, very important. If you practice, you will know these things, right? I've told you that your laptop should be an extension of who you are, right? So your laptop should not be in your bag anymore, right? It should be on your table right in front of you while you are watching that movie. The laptop should be the one that you're using to watch the movie, right? So that you can interface or interchange windows while you're watching. Once you just remember something, you just quickly pause the movie and go and write some codes, or you go and do some visualizations or something, right? Just make sure that it's always close to you. I hope you're following, right? So yesterday we looked at how to get data. Are we there? Yesterday we looked at how to connect data, how to connect our environments to data, or how to bring data into this environment. Yesterday I showed you that with the get data source, right, or the get data application or the get data function, right, you can get data from multiple platforms, right? I said that you can get data from every kind of database that we know exists, right? You can get data from any kind of database that we know exists, and I showed you all of that yesterday. So today we're just going to jump right into it. Yesterday I brought in a data, right? I'm going to go to that. I'm going to click on text. The data that I want to bring in is a CSV file. I'm going to say connect. Right? If I say connect, I'm going to go to customers. AV. Can you see? This is the window where the data is coming from. Right? These are the data that I'm going to send to you. So AW works. AI Adventure Work customers. I'm going to say open. Right? I'm going to say open. It's connecting. And yes, so it gives you a preview of what the data is. I explained this yesterday to yours yesterday as well. Right? I said that this just gives you a preview of what your data would look like. And you can click on transform instead of load. If you are satisfied with it, you can load in the data. If you don't need to transform it, there is no point for you to transform it. But if not, just transform it and load it in. Right? So now I've loaded it in, right? So today we're going to be starting with a few functions that we want to see or that I want to use, right? So I'm going to list them out, the things that I want to look at today. So we've looked at how to connect to the database, right? We are inside the query. So I'm going to explain the query environment to us, right? I'm going to explain the query environment to us. Then I'm going to show you the query editing tools.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, can you send us this stuff you're using, this CSV?
What do you say?
Can you send us this CSV file?
Yes. Okay. Let me.
We have it. Ebuka.
Yes, ma'am.
We have this Adventure Works customers. We have it. If you check, you see.
Really?
Yes.
I've given it to you before. Oh, wow. Nice.
Yes. When we were still doing Excel.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right. So, but let me share for the sake of those who do not have it. Ebuka, I'll put it to you, so you just have me put it on the group. All right.
Okay, sir.
Ebuka, I've sent it to you.
Okay,
on Telegram.
Sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. So this is what we call the query environment, right? We call this environment the query environment, right? Or the query editor, right? Basically, that's Power Query for you, right? This is the Power Query environment, right? Now, from your Power Query environment, you need to be able to pay attention to things that are available for your use here, right? From your Power Query environment. Are you following me? Right? So we want to look at the environment and understand the environment, and I'm going to be fast about it. Right? So we're going to try to understand the environment very quick and fast. Right? So if you look at the environment, what you would see is the let me show you. All right, so what you would see is that you see the menu, right? I showed us the menu yesterday, the home, the transform, the add column, the views, the tools, and help, right? Then you see the ribbons, right? You see the ribbons. Then by your side, you see what we call the query list, right? This here is the query list. Can you see that? It's showing that I have just one query inside of there. Can you see? Can you see where my cursor is on my far left? right? On this part where you have adventure customer is the query list, right? You have your query list in that part, right? Here is your formula bar. We're used to formula bar in Excel. Can you remember? Right? This is a formula bar, and this formula bar is used to write M codes, right? M codes. This code that you see here is an M code. So Power BI uses M codes, right? So we use M codes in Power BI, right? So you write M codes here, right? You have your all of these parts is your query editing tool. That is your ribbon, the query editing tools, right? Then we have the table name and properties. Can you see? The table name and properties is what we have here, right? We have the table name and properties here. Then we have what we call the applied steps, right? The applied step environment. Now, this applied step environment records everything that you do on this data. Are you following me? This applied step, what would record everything that you do on the data. Look at it. We've done 3 things on this data. We brought it in from the source, right? Can you see? Brought it in from the source. Look at the code that we used to bring it in. CSV.document, right? Into bracket file.content. Then it looked into the file environment and it brought it in, right? So that is the environment that brought the data in. Then we have what we call promoted header. That's the next step. So he promoted the headers, the column heading, to become what? Column headings, right? He promoted that. Then change type, right? We basically just transformed all the column headers to what their data type is, right? Transformed all the column headers to what their appropriate data type should be, right? So if I do anything now, right, you find that step recorded here. And these steps are called macros, such that if I save them, I can easily apply them on the data again, right? If something happens to data and I save those steps, I don't need to go over the data, doing those things again. I can easily just apply them once and for all. We'll look at how to do all of that as we proceed, right? So look at it. We have the editing tools. We have to go over it again. We have the editing tools, right? Which is your ribbons. We have the query list here. We have the M code in your formula bar, right? We have the table and properties, table properties environment here. Then we have the applied step. And of course, inside of this box is your data itself. Are you following? Inside of that is your data itself. All right. Now let's get to understand the query editing tools one after the other, right? I showed you that yesterday, but want to be able to look at them one after the other. So the home, right, contains what, or includes the general settings and common table transformation tools. So if you click on the home, right, you see that when you have close and apply, close, right, you want to close your environment. That's where you close it from, right? We have the source. You want to get your data from anywhere, right? You want to look at recent sources that you have used, right? You want to enter data by yourself, right? You want to check your data source settings, right? You want to do a whole lot of things from here, right? You can see them. You want to manage your queries, you do that from here. You want to manage columns, you do that from here. You want to reduce rows, you do that from here. You want to sort, you do that from here. You want to transform, which we'll use very soon, transforming data, right? You want to combine and you want to check for what? Insights, AI insights. Are you following me, right? That is what you have in the home, in the home environment. Now, there are 2 environments, or there are 2 functions, or there are 2 menus that I need you to pay attention to. And I want you to understand this once and for all, right? The transformation and add column. If you look at it, they look alike, right? They look alike. Transformation and add column. Now, when we say transformation column, we use the transformation column to modify existing columns. So if I want to work on this column, right, I use the transformation or the transform menu. But if I want to add a new column, right, if I want to add a new column, say I want to merge the prefix, the first name, and the last name, I want to add them and create it as a new column. I will use the new column. You have to use the new column or the add column menu, right? You would do a bit of mistake, but you would get it eventually using these two functionality or these 2 menus. So when you are transforming an already existing column, you use your transform. When you want to add a new column, right, based on the expressions that you want to write on existing columns, right, you use the add a new column interface, or you add a new column menu. Are you following? Right? So want to look at them one after the other. All right. So
Mr. Shem.
let's take for it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I tried raising
to
up
me.
my hand. Sorry to cut you off, but please, can you increase the size, the front size? I can hardly see.
Let me see. Size of this interface option settings. This guy is not giving me the option to zoom the screen or to enlarge my interface. I doubt if I will be able to increase it. There's no zoom function anywhere here. I'm coming. Nope. I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be able to zoom this out. It's not giving me the option to zoom it out. Hope you understand, ma.
It's no problem. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So let's do some transformation so that you understand what I'm talking about since. Right. So if you look at it, right, I've told you first of all that you cannot analyze a table that you do not understand. So this table is a customer table, right? This table is customer table. You can see that the columns here, you have column key, right? Column key is what? Who can tell me that? Column key is what? Anybody? I mean, customer key, sorry. Customer key is what?
A lookup value?
Okay. It is a lookup value, right? Yes, it is a primary key. Thank you. It's a primary key. It's a lookup value and it's a primary key, right? So we have customer ID, customer key. We have the prefix. We have the first name. We have the last name. We have date of birth. We have date of birth. We have marital status. We have gender, right? We have gender. We have email addresses. We have annual income. We have total children. We have educational level. We have occupation. We have homeowner, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's the last column that we have, right? So that's basically what we have about the table. So this table tells us about our employees, right? I mean, about our customer, sorry. It tells us about our customer, right? So one of the things that we want to do, right, is to be able to now work and transform this data. The question would be that, does this data tell us enough, right? Of course, I've told you that what it has to not be based on what on the business case that you're treating, right? If this is the data collected and the business case needs you to extract some data out of this data, right? What do? We need to be able to extract data out of it, right? We need to be able to look at the data and see what we can get out of it, right? But before we do that, right, we want to make sure that the data types are accurate for each column, right? So this is a what? This column is a numeric column. So we look at it. Are you following me? Right? You look at it. Just if you want to see your data type, right? Just click. You can see that each of the columns has a symbol of the data type beside it, right? So just click on, say, for example, I'm clicking on the 1, 2, 3. That symbol about data type, right, would show you all the data types available, right? Once you click on it, so I'm satisfied about that data type, right? If I look at prefix, right, I'm satisfied that it is what? It is a text data type. So I'm going to leave that. First name is text, last name is text, birthday is date. Birthday is date, right? Date is fine. My status is alphabet, which is text. Gender is text, right? Email address is text. Annual income is currency or fixed decimal number. Can you see? Fixed decimal number, right? Then we have total children is numeric, which is number, whole number, right? So if there's any of these data type that is not the actual one, right? All you just need to do is select from the list the actual one you want it to be, right? So, but at the moment, all our data types are correct, right? All our data types are correct. Occupation is right. Homeowner is right as well. All right, so which means that our data types are okay, right? If you look at it, some way, somehow, I reordered the column. Can you see that step that I'm talking about? Can you see? Some way, somehow, I tried to, while I was working, I moved the last name to the first name and the first name to the last name. Now, it captured that action. Can you see? As reordered column. I hope you are following me. Please let me know if you are following me. Let me know if I'm too fast. Let me know if you are following me.
Yes, okay, but please, I didn't see you doing it, so I don't know how you did it.
Yes, don't worry about it, right? What I do, when you want to move your column, just click on the column that you want to move and drag it to wherever you want to move it, right? Just click and drag. Can you see? Just click and drag it. It's as simple as that. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
All right. So having said that, right, another thing that we want to look at is that we want to go into the view. We want to make sure that columns, right, have enough data. I want to make sure that the data is clean. There's data consistency, right? We want to make sure that there's data consistency. We want to know how many errors are in the data. Is there null value? Is there missing values and all that, right? How do we do that? Go to view. Are you following me? We go to view, right? On your view, we can see a whole lot of things from the view. We can see the data in monospace, right? Monospace will basically make your data lighter, right? Because it's using a very light text, right? So it makes it lighter to use, right? But I'm just going to deselect that. I want to see the column quality. The column quality. It says shows column details in data preview, right? If I click on that, can you see? Can you see what it brought out? Right? Let me show you again. If I click on that, can you see? So these will tell you on each column how many valid data you have, how many error, and how many empty you have in percentage, right? So to let you know, look at here it is 100% valid data. Here we have 99% valid data. We have less than 1% empty. Then there's no error, right? From there you can remove empty. Can you see? You can remove the empty rows. That is messing up with your data, right? You can deal with duplicates from there. You can keep errors. You can remove duplicates. You can remove empties. You can remove errors, and you can replace errors, right? So you can see these things are what you do not have in Excel, right? For you to be able to do this in Excel, you might have to write formulas, use formulas and all. Here in Power BI, it's easy because it's just a click and drag environment or click and drop environment, right? So it's easier. You can copy, you can do a whole lot of things from here, right? So you can see it tells us the summary about the quality of each column, right? This is a 100% perfect column and so on and so forth. Let's see if we have any column with defects. All right, so basically all our columns are good, right? All our columns are good. That's basically what it means. All our columns are good. So we've been able to see the column quantity, quality. We want to see the column distribution. I've told you that when you want to do an analysis, you want to see the shape of your distribution. The shape of your basket. So it's very important that we. Are you following me? I hope you can see my screen. Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
All right, so you can see, right? You can see the distribution of the data, right? Now, most of the data here are they are descriptive in nature. Hence, right, we might not really understand or will not be particular about their distribution. But what you can pay attention to when you're checking the distribution is that look at this value. It tells you that we have 1,000 rows there, and all the rows there are distinct and they are unique. Remember that they have that it is a foreign key column, it's a primary key column. And I've told you that when you have a primary key column, the data inside of it must be distinct, right? And must be unique. Why must it be unique? Who can tell from SQL? Who can tell?
So, hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. That should be, it must be unique that none will be repeated after the other. As in it must be unique. Like if I have like
yes.
1, 2, 3, so it must not appear twice.
Exactly, it must be unique, right? But when we're talking about SQL, I taught you about unique, right? Where did we talk about unique? I can't remember.
Yes.
We talk about unique somewhere.
If you want to have like NIN number,
Or
it has to be unique.
Yes, so what makes it unique? What makes it unique?
NIN, like your identity number that is uniquely identifying.
Okay, good. How do you enforce uniqueness?
Like like primary key.
No, not no.
Not
Huh?
not no, then primary key.
Not no and primary key. Okay. What other way? Not no does not enforce what's it called? Not no does not enforce uniqueness. Not just make sure that the column is filled up, right?
Yeah.
But primary key enforces uniqueness. What other way do we enforce uniqueness? Unique constraints. You forgot it. Unique constraints. Unique constraints. I remember now. We said that we use the primary key constraint and the unique constraint to enforce uniqueness, right? The primary key constraint will make sure that the uniqueness is distinct. That is, the values are distinct. And when you run the primary key column, when you put a primary key constraint on your data on your column, what happens? It means that it comes with the primary key index, which means that every value inside of it is unique, which is what you can see here. Can you see they are distinct and they are unique? They are distinct and they are unique, right? So which means that because they are unique, right, query results will be faster on the column. This column would enhance, right, because of that unique index that is on it, right? It would make query results execute faster on it, right? That's one. Two, look at this column, right? This column tells us that even though the data inside of it are not unique. We only have 4 distinct data inside of it. We have 4 distinct data inside of it, right? So you can check to see the duplicate. If you want to see duplicates, you can what? You can see the duplicates by what? By looking at it, right? Can you see? You come here to your arrow here, the same way we do it in Excel, and you see the duplicates there. So you see that we actually have only 3 major values there. Let's see, let's load more, right? Yes, we have Mr., Mrs., and Miss. Then there's a blank data there, right? There's blank data there. And that's why if you look at the column quality, it tells us that what? We have 0 or less than about 9 cells empty. About 9 cells empty. The whole data is 1,000, right? That's what that we can see, about 1,000 of them. But 9 of those 1,000 are empty. Hence, we have what? We have 99% valid what? Data, right? You can see here, first name is telling us that what? The first name, only what? 428 names are what? Are distinct and unique, right? So it means that in terms of unique values in this column, we have what? 428, right? Unique what? I mean, 428 distinct names, right? And 176 what? Unique values, right? But we don't consider that on what? On the name column, because 2 people can share the same name, right? 2 people can share the same first name, 10 people can share the same last name, right? So we're not particular about that, right? So you can see the first birthday column as well. You can see the now look at the marital status. We only have 2 distinct values there. Let's check. You are either married or what? Or single. You're either married or single, right? Then we continue, right? The gender column, you see the same thing, right? Let's see gender, right? It says we have what? Married, I mean, male, female, and NA, right? So we can deal with NA if they are NAs, right? We can deal with NAs if they are NAs. Let's see, right? So our data is valid. So basically, every of our data, every of our observation is what? Either male or female, right? Same thing with what? Email address. You can see that all the email addresses are unique and what? Distinct, right? So you can see as that proceed, you can see that we have 16 distinct annual income type. 16 distinct. So of the 1,000 people that we are checking up at the moment, right? They all share what? They all share 16 distinct salary income or annual income amongst themselves, right? Total children, we have what? 6 distinct values as there as well, right? We have educational level, we have 5 distinct educational levels. You see that you are a bachelor's degree, you have a bachelor's degree, you have a graduate school, high school, partial college, or partial high school, right? So all of these helps you understand, right? 5, can you see occupation is 5, whether a clerical, management, manual, professional, or skilled manual, right? So you can see that homeowner is you are a homeowner, yes or what, or no, right? So that is how you can check the distribution and all that for the data. Then you can see the profile, the column profile of each of what of your data. So you can zoom in on each of what, you can zoom in now on each of your columns to be able to see an example or to see what is inside of each what of each of them. You can able to see what is inside of each of them, right? So that is column what profile. So basically, this function, this data preview function here, allows you to what? To understand the nature of the data, right? It allows you to understand the nature of the data. It's like describing the data, but it's what? It does more than describing the data, right? Remember, describe in SQL. I hope you're following me. Please let me know if you're following me. Just raise your hand if you're following me. If you understand all the things I'm saying, please just raise your hand. Let me see. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm saying.
Mr. Shem,
Yes, ma'am.
I did not get it very well. I didn't get the explanation very well.
So
Where
what?
we
You
are
will get
having
it.
those graph on
We've not gotten to graph. Just don't worry. All of that is just telling you the distribution of your data. Don't worry about it. You get all of those, right?
Okay, sir.
All right, only 3 people understood what I'm saying. Viola, Iceman, Madam Angela, what's happening?
Partially.
Which one is partially now?
I got lost at a point.
All right, no worry, you will get it, right?
Same with.
Like I said, this, right? I'm going to go over it again, right? This part allows you to see the quality of your column, right? You want to see if there are errors or if there are empty values in your column, you want to use the column quality from view, right? You want to see the shape of your distribution, right? You use the column distribution, right? And you want to pay attention to each column, right? You use what's the column profile. Can you see that the last name column is what we are seeing in full details here now, right? That's the last name column, right? So that is how to use these functions to understand your data. And that's basically what we're talking about there, right? That's basically what we're talking about there. All right, now let us look at what we can do from each of from these editing tools, right? Let's look at what we can do with these editing tools, right? So by default, right, if I want to choose a column, right, I can use the choose column or go to a particular column. Can you see? I can go to marital status, and it jumps to marital status, right? I can easily just scroll around my data as well to be able to see my data, right? I can remove a column. If I select a column, homeowner, I can remove that column, remove column or remove other columns, right? I can remove the column that I've selected, or I can remove other columns except the column that I've selected. I hope you are hearing me. I hope you can hear me, right? I can remove column, the column that I've selected, I can remove it, or I can remove other columns, right? Apart from the one that I've selected. So those are the two options that you have in removing removing your columns. I can select a row and keep the row, right? I can select a row and can you see? Keep as top row, keep bottom row, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors. And I can as well remove the rows, right? Using any of these remove functions here, right? I can use the sort to sort my data, right? I can sort my data by ascending or descending. We're familiar with this already, right? We can sort data in an ascending order or a descending order. Are you following me? Right? We can split a particular column to text. Remember that we can do this on Excel as well, right? You can split a particular column to text. Now, here, you will see that we're transforming data, right? We're transforming data here. So by transforming data, we can work with We can work with a whole lot of delimiters, number of characters, positions. We can split by lowercase to uppercase to lowercase. We can do a whole lot of stuff here, right? We'll see them, right? We can We can change data type of a particular column from here. We can use a column, we can use first row as header. So you can promote your first row as as your header of the data from from here as well, right? You can replace values and all that. Then we can combine multiple columns or multiple data together. We can combine multiple sheets, multiple data together using either the merge or append query, right? Let's see an example of what we want to do, right? So I'm going to go into into the transform. I'm going to go into, let's go into all right, let's add new column. So I'm going to go into add new column, right? I'm going to go into add new column. Now, from the add new column, right, you can create a new column from an example, you can create a custom column, you can invoke custom columns through functions, right? But all of those I'm not particular about. We can create conditional statements. Remember that in Excel, you can write if statements, right? You can also do that in here, but this time around, I don't need to write if statements, right? Because I have a conditional column tool that allows me to write conditional if statements. We're going to look at how to use this much later, right? You can create an index column. An index column is a column that you can use to number your data. So take, for example, if your data does not have numbering, like this data now, right? Let's look at it like this data now, right? Apart from the numbering, I want to bring in a proper index column. So I'm going to say start from what? Start from 1, right? Can you see an index column has been applied? Can you see added index column? So this column, homeowner was the last column before, but now I've added an index column starting from what? Starting from 1, unique value downwards, right? So I can move this column by right-clicking on this column now. I can move the column to what? To the beginning of my data, right? Can you see now that the index column is now in the beginning of my data, right? 2 actions that I've done there. I added in an index column and I reordered what? Column 1. I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to rename and say reordered what? Index, right? So that I can understand the steps that I've created. So I reordered what? The index. Yes, talk to me.
And someone is waiting to join.
Oh, really? Oh, am I sorry? Are you following? So what I have done is that I added a new column using what's the index column that says, can you see I've added another one again, right? But this one is by mistake, so I can delete this column by right-clicking on it and what? And say remove what? Remove the column. If I remove it, can you see that another step has occurred there? Remove what column? Can you see removed what column? If I want to undo that change, I can just what? Cancel that step, and the column that I removed has come back. Can you see? Right? I can remove the column by just right-clicking on it and say remove. Right? The column is gone. If I want to undo a particular step, all I just need to do is just cancel that step from what? From the applied step, and it will undo that process for me. Are you following? Please let me know if you're following, please.
Sorry, sir. How did you move the index column to the front?
Right. If you want to move a column, you right-click on the column, you'll see move. Right. You can move left, you can move right, you can move to beginning, you can move to end. We understand. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yes, sir. We are here.
Awesome. So we have removed, can you see the M code? So for every single step that you perform, can you see the M code that is generated, right? M codes are written by itself by default for you. So table.remove column, right? Can you see the name of the column and the action that is performed, right? So that is the action. If you click on this add column, can you see table.add index column, right? Can you see the name starting from this with starting from 0 with an incrementation of 1, the data type is what? Integer of 64, right? If you say reorder column, right? Same. So for each of them, you can see the steps that is being performed, right? You can see the steps that is being performed. Don't worry, you understand all of these things as we proceed, right? So that is that about that, right? Now, the next thing we want to do, right? Want to now start learning how to transform data. So first of all, we've looked at how to what? We've looked at how to create an index column. It's very simple, right? We can duplicate a column, right? If I want to duplicate a column here, all I just need to do is what? Click on duplicate, right? Can you see? It makes me a copy of that column exactly. Can you see? Copy, customer key, copy, right? If I say move, now to move it, I can just click and drag it. Can just click and drag it. Can you see? Till I get to where I want to drop it, then I drop it. All right, so I'm going to drop it here so that they are side by side. Can you see that they are the same values, right? Because we did what? We inserted a new column, right? If you look at it, everything that we are doing here is inserting a new column because we are doing it from the add column environment. Everything that we are doing here is what? Creating a new column because we are doing it from what? From the add column From the add column menu. So everything that you do here adds a new column. Are you following me? Everything that you do here adds what? It adds a new A new column, right? So that is a new column there, right? Can you see the step there? It says reordered what? First of all, it said created what? Duplicated column, then reordered what? Column, right? So I don't need that column. I just wanted to show you, so I'm just going to remove that column as well, right? Can you see the column has been removed, right? So all of these are macros, right? They are auto-generated steps for us that is stored so that whenever redo a particular, if I want to go back to that step that I did just now, all I just need to do is just cancel the removed column. Can you see that the column is back? I cancel that steps and it goes back to the step before it, right? So that is basically how that works. I'm going to remove this again, right? That's that. Then we can format a cell, right? Take for example, right? Let's format a cell. I want to, if you look at this, if you look at the prefix column, right? The prefix column has the data inside of it in capital letters, right? It has the data inside of it in capital letters, right? What if I don't like them being in capital letters? I want them to be in a proper case, right? I want them to be in the proper case. What do? I can transform this data and say what? Capitalize each word, right? Can you see? Simple stuff. You don't have to write any code. You don't have to do anything. All you just need to do is know what each of those functions does, and it does it for you, right? Can you see? Capitalized each word. Can you see that? Let's go and compare it. All right, so let's compare. Can you see? Mr. now is Mr. Miss is now what? Miss and all that. So you can what? Once that is done, you can delete any one of them that you do not need, right? So that is how to capitalize each word, right? I can say that I do not want that. Can you see that the names are also in in single quotes, right? I can say, okay, I want the names. Now, if I just want to transform the name without creating a new column, right? If I just want to transform this name, to format this name without creating a new column, I would do that from the transformation environment or from the transition menu, right? I'll do that from From the transformation menu. Look at it. Format. Can you see? You have text column. So anything I want to do to a text column, you do it from here. Anything that I want to do from a numeric column, you do it from here. Anything that you want to do from a date column, you do it from here, right? And if you want to do anything on any column, you do it from here, right? Can you see? Formatting from text. You can see that it's the same thing. Formatting from text, formatting from number, formatting from date. But this one will add a new column, while this one would only affect the column that already exists. So take, for example, if I want to format this now and say, I want it in a capitalizing each word. Can you see now that each word is now what capitalized. It's not in capital letter anymore, but it's in proper case now. Are we there? So what I want us to do now is I want everybody to open, if you have installed Power BI, if you have installed Power BI, open your Power BI, load in the data, right? Load in the data and click on what? Transform, so that you can load it, you can open your Power Query. Let me know if you have done that. Did everybody hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
I didn't start the class with you, so I came in late because of my network. I didn't know how you get this data to where you are working on it. How to add in this data.
Go to your get data, click on once you have opened your Power BI, you see get data.
Okay.
Click on it,
Yes,
get
sir.
data, click on it, click on text or CSV. You can choose the data from there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Let me know if you're done. Just raise your hand if you're done. Yes, talk to me, Madam Udrak and Madam Olabodi. I see your hand raised.
I'm done.
Awesome. Awesome. Madam Olabodi, are you done too?
What's the name of that this thing? What's the name
Of what?
of the data you load in the data set?
The
Adventure.
name is AdventureWorks Customer.
Okay.
Yes, I'm done.
Awesome.
Hello, sir. Where are we getting the data from? Is it from Excel?
The data is on the WhatsApp group. We loaded the data on the WhatsApp group.
On the
Okay,
WhatsApp.
Okay, let me get you from.
Hello, sir. I didn't get, sir.
Ma?
We are getting the data from where, sir?
The data is on the WhatsApp group.
Ah. Gang,
What happened? What happened? Connect your WhatsApp to your system.
Sir, should we transform the data?
Yes, if you can. Yes, transform.
Okay.
Session.
Yes, ma'am.
Session, please, what are we to do? Once we
All
have
right.
the data, are we to do the things you have done?
Yes, yes.
Okay, to try to do those things that you've done.
Load
Okay.
load data in, and yes, do some of the things that were done.
Mm. Thank you.
Sir, please, what are the things you have done that we're supposed to do?
Follow the steps here. What I want you to do is add an index column. That's one. Add an index column. Two, right? The first name column, right? Convert the first name column from uppercase to lowercase. Remember what I said? Add an index column, then transform the first name column from uppercase to lowercase.
Okay.
Then the index column that you created, move it to the beginning of the table.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. So I should import the data from Excel, right?
Yes.
I didn't find.
Mr. Shem,
Yes, ma'am.
my own data has been capitalized already.
Yes, so I say convert it
One
to
minute.
small letter.
Two letter. Okay, sir.
To small letter, from capital letter to small letter. Add a new column, add an index column. That's one. Add an index column. Then your first name column, convert it to capitalize each word, right? For that is from capital letter to proper case.
So when we are done, what should we do, sir?
When we are done, are you done? Just let me know when you're done.
Yes, yes, please. Yes, sir.
Sir, I'm done.
Awesome. Let me know when you're done. We're waiting for people.
I'm done, sir.
Awesome.
Please, Mr. Ashok, I don't know how to, I'm so sorry, but I don't know how to put index. I didn't learn that in SQL. I think when I haven't really learned it, but I've also made a mistake in my customer key. Suddenly everything there is just showing error.
Okay, so hold on, ma. What you just want to do? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Right. Trace the step that did that, and just trace the step that did that from your applied step, and just cancel that step.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, please, I went out to do to use myself, please. That he said, I want to drag this thing to the Power BI this thing. So he said to build the visual with your data, select or drag field from the data pane onto the report canvas. What do I do?
No, you're not drag. We're not creating a report canvas. What we are doing is we're not at the report canvas yet. We're transforming data. What you want to do is in that environment.
I loaded it in.
Data. Can you
I'm
see
trying to load it.
No.
Sir?
Don't load it in. You are supposed to transform. Don't load it in. We're not done with transforming it. Don't load it in. You're supposed to click transform.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So what you want to do is restart your Power BI and do that. Can you see transform there? Okay. If you have not loaded it in, just transform. If you have loaded it in, so just click on transform so that your Power Query environment can come up.
Okay, transform on top of. Okay. So I'll send it. Transform. Okay. Send it.
We're waiting for others. Waiting for others so that we can continue. How many people are done? Can I continue? Yola, you want to say something?
So I was saying I'm done.
Okay. All right. So now that we're done with that, let's continue. So you see the way you can transform data and the way you can add new columns, right? So that is, so we can extract. Right? We can extract data from, can extract length from data, we can extract first character, we can extract what's it called? Now let's extract, right? Click on the, go to add new column, right? Go to add new column. I hope you can see my screen. Go to add new column, right? Or from your text environment, look at extract. Extract the first what? The first character from that column, right? I'm going to say count. How many? It says enter first character. Insert first character. I'll enter how many starting character to keep? Just one.
Search.
Right?
Where, sir?
I'll do it again. I need you to pay
Sir,
attention.
please
I need
do
everybody.
it again.
Please do it again, sir.
I'm going to do it again, right? So take, for example, what I want to do is I want to extract the first name, the first character of the first name, and I want to extract the first character of the last name. The first character of the first name, the first character of the last name. So what I want to do is I want to create a new column for them. So I go to add column, right? Then from add column, you go to what? Extract. Can you see? That's under your from text, you go to extract. Can you see? Then I'm going to say extract what? First character. Right? So it's asking me enter how many starting characters to keep. Just one, right? Because I'm extracting the first character. If I want 2 characters, I put 2 there. But because I'm looking for 1, I'm just going to say 1 and say okay. Can you see the column has been created? So as what? Can you see first character, right? So I can double click on that name and say first name, first character. Right? So I've renamed the column, then I can move the column to beside its parent column. So now what do you see? John is J, Eugene is E, Ruben is R, Christy is C, Elizabeth is E, Julio is J, Marco is M, Robin is R, Sharon, and so on and so forth. Right? So we have extracted the first
What
character.
do you
So
click to move that column?
I clicked and dragged. I just clicked on the column and drag it.
Okay, sir.
So I want everybody to extract the first column, the first name character as I did, and extract the last 2 characters from the last name.
So should we change it to small letters? The last two letters from the last name. Sir? Sir?
I said if you want to, you can go ahead.
Okay. I'm done.
Sir, if we forget to rename the column, the one that we just added now, can we rename it where we are
Yes.
taking it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just double click on the column and rename it.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Shem.
Yes, talk to me, ma.
Okay, please, when creating the column, it's only giving me the option of index column.
Creating the column.
Yes, when
What do you want
adding
to
the
do?
column, sorry. I'm supposed to add a column.
Yes, so go to add column.
There's, okay, I'm listening.
Click on the column that you want to work on.
Okay, I have to click on it first.
Huh?
Is it not supposed to create an empty column for me?
No, it's not going to create an empty column. No. Click on the column you want to work on. Then go to the extract function and use the extract function that you want to use there to create the column. It is the expression that you want to perform that creates the column.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mr. Shem, what do you say we should do to the last name?
I have, okay. Let me.
What do you say we should do to the last name, sir?
He said extract the last two
name.
letters of last
Extract
name.
the last two column, the last two characters of the last name.
Okay, sir. The last two characters.
Waiting for us.
Okay, so you say we should drag it near to this thing.
Yes,
So
you arrange it
that's
back to yes now so that they can be by each other's side. The last name also you do the same.
Okay, how do I do with my this? I should drag it to that place, or should I just?
Yes. You drag. click on the column name, hold it and drag it.
Okay.
Sure, I'm done, sir.
Maja,
I'm done, sir.
Okay. You are doing well. You are doing well.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you, man.
Sorry, I didn't hear you when you gave us the work to do. My network was.
Yeah.
Your voice was. I didn't hear you at all. It was pausing. I don't even know. Sorry, sir. Can you go over the assignment? How do I put the classwork again?
All right. So what we want to
Thank
do
you,
is to extract the first name, the first letter of the first name. Extract the first letter of the first name. And extract the last two letters of the last name.
What do you mean by extract? I was going to remove it because when I click on the extract, that was where I got stuck. I didn't hear I was not with the network. I didn't hear anything. When we extract, what will I use to replace the name? Should I write anything I feel like writing? Or how do I?
We are not replacing the name. We just want to extract the J out of John and keep it. Hello?
Hello, sir. Because he gave me something like a box, like you fill in something.
Yes, put one. Put one there.
Oh, okay. For the last name,
then the other one
only.
The last name, you are looking for the last two characters. The last two characters.
But there is a name there called LU.
Yes, that's the last two characters. If they are just two letters in the name, then that's the last two characters.
All right.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
So how do I rename it to? I don't know. I click on it and rename.
Double click on the. Can you see? Look at my cursor. Just double click on the column title. It will give you the. It will give you the ability to rename it.
Okay. I'm done.
Are we done? I'm deliberately taking time so that we can get it, right? Get the working around it. So that when I give you assignments during the week, you will not tell me you did not practice and all that. So that's why I'm giving us time to work around it, right? Are we done? How many people are done? If you are done, please just raise your hand. Let me see. If you are done, raise your hand. Let me see so that we know those who are left. It's a new technology, so we are being patient with each other, right?
Please, Mr. Shem, even though I have extracted the first name, the last name, I haven't been able to drag the column. I don't know how you did that. I wasn't there.
Just click on the column name and hold it down, then you drag it.
Okay.
So which name are we to give it, sir? Any name of our choice? The column we have created. Hello, Mr. Shem.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, are we to give it any name of our choice, or do you have any name for us?
Are you?
Give the
I
want to give the column any name of our choice. Generated a name.
Yes, you can now. It will automatically generate a name for it, but you can now change the name by yourself.
Okay. I'm done. Thank you, sir.
All right. We have 7 people done. Awesome. Madam Angela, Mama, Madam Olaide, Sammy, talk to me. What's happening?
Hello, sir.
I'm done.
Hello, sir.
I'm done already, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can't load my WhatsApp. So what? Maybe after the class, I will do it. I will send it to you. But I understand all what you taught us. Thank you, sir.
All right. That makes sense. All right. So, be ready for. Everybody can put down. You can put down your answer, right? I think, Madam Angela, are you good? Mama, are you good?
I'm good,
right?
Good, sir.
Don't worry. Everybody will know
I'm
this.
struggling with it.
Don't worry. You will get it, man. You will get it. Right? Have you been able to create the columns that we created?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So
you mean the extracts? I've done it, sir.
All right. So you see the way how you can extract, so you can extract the length. If you want to see the length, if you want to extract last range of characters, you want to extract text before, text after a delimiter. We'll look at all of this as I'll make sure that all of these come in your classwork or your assignment, right? This will come up in your classwork and assignment, right? So before we wrap up today, right, let's look at working with date and time, right? Let's look at working with date and time. So I want everybody to select just look at me. I'm selecting my birthday now. Birth date now, right? And I want to work on this column. I want to work on this birth date column, right? Now, I want to, if you click on the date there, you will see age, you will see date only, you will see year, month, quarter, week, day, and all of that. So we want to extract data from this date. Are you following me? We want to extract data from this date. So first of all, we want to extract the year, right? Extract the year. We extract the year out of the data. Can you see the year? Can you see that the year has been extracted by just clicking on year? I hope everybody's watching. Can you see the year? We've extracted the year out of the data, right? Now I want to extract the year again. I'll go to that date again, right? I'm going to start of the year, right? I want to generate a date that says this is the start of the year, right? The start of the year is, can you see? 1/1/1966, 1/1/1965. That's start of the year, right? You can also generate end of the year as well, right? You can generate end of the year as well, right? I'm just showing you all of that so that you can see that from the date already, we have generated 2 columns from this data already. Generated 2 columns. Let's go ahead again to look at month. Let's generate the month. Right? Can you see the month? We've generated the month in what? In figure now, right? Let's look at it. Let's compare. We have the month in figure now. We have the month in figure. Right? So what month is that date? Can you see? 4th of 8th, 1966. Now the date format here is that the month comes before the day and the year, right? So you can see 4, 5, 6. But let's make sense out of it, right? Let's go back to birthday, right? You see that I'm not doing anything special. I'm going to say the year, the month, name of what? Name of month, right? Can you see? Month, then I go to what? Name of month, right? Name of month. The name of month column will be generated. Can you see? The name of month has been generated. The name of month has been generated. I hope everybody is seeing what I'm doing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. I hope everybody is seeing what I'm doing.
Yes, sir. We are seeing you.
Yes.
All right. So I'm selecting that date again. Right. You can go for quarter. You want to see quarter of the year, start of the quarter, end of the quarter. You want to see year, week of the year, what week in number, right? What week is that in number? Month of week of the month, start of the week, end of the main week, and you can see date for days and all of that. So you can see what the name of the day is. Is it a Tuesday? Is it a Wednesday? You can see the start of the week in date, end of the week in date. Start of the day in date, end of the day in date, and so on and so forth, right? So that is how to extract data from dates, right? That's how to extract data. So look at it from just these dates, right? We've been able to extract 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, right? We've been able to extract 4 columns from dates, and we can still extract more. We can look at quarter, we can look at a whole lot of things from that data, right? We can look at all of that from that data, right? Does that make sense? Do we understand that?
It makes sense, but please, I wasn't really, I didn't follow properly, please. So if you can just run it by us again, so I can do it by myself, please.
I can't hear you clearly, man. I can't hear you clearly.
I was watching, but you know, sometimes I'm not, I don't see it quite well. So please, I would appreciate if you can do it again, so I can, because when I tried to do the year, it only the year stayed on the birth date. It didn't go to a different column. So I don't know. I want to know all of the steps that you took. I didn't follow all of the steps.
I've told you that when you want to, hold on, ma, right? No, it's all right, ma. Right? When you want to, you have to make sure that you are not making the mistake of transforming your data when you are supposed to be adding a column. When you want to add a column, you use the add column menu. I said that you will make that mistake, right? So what you can do is go and delete that step and go to add column before you do the extraction from the data type, or from the date column, sorry.
Okay. So it's not transform I should use.
So anytime you want to extract your, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. You see, I didn't see that. Thank you.
Any question? Anybody? Any question? Right? So have you been able to extract this data from the dates? Anybody? All right, have we tried it? Has anybody tried it? Have we tried it? Have we tried it? Please let me know. Please talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've tried it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So there's still a lot to do, but we're going to close very soon, right? So that we can prepare for church tomorrow for those going to church tomorrow, right? But trust me, plenty assignment is coming. I'm going to send all the data that we're going to be using for this class to you on the WhatsApp group. So please download them. Yes, talk to me.
So I didn't get how to extract the year from it.
Thank
Go
you,
to add
sir.
column.
All the data is necessary.
Go to add column.
Yes.
Then click on the birth dates column.
Yes.
And you go to dates and you extract your data from there.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you said we should go to add column.
Yes. Wait, see, let me explain this again so that we understand it once and for all. When you want to add a new column, you do that from your add column menu. When you want to change an existing column, you do that from transform column. So before you do anything, you want to make sure to understand, am I adding a column or am I editing or transforming a present column? If I'm adding a new column, then I have to do it from the add column. If I'm not adding a new column, then I can transform an existing column. Make sense?
Okay.
So I cannot select year, month, or all those things. I can see
What
it
do you
as
say?
option, but I can't select it.
Because you are not clicking on the birthday column. Click on the birthday column now.
So I did.
The year is not active.
Yes, none of them are showing. It's only showing pass.
And are you sure the birthday column has calendar by the side? Right? Look at the birthday. Does it have calendar by the side?
No, it's showing text.
So click on that text and convert it back to calendar. I mean, that's dates. Click on dates.
It's giving some errors.
What error is it giving?
We couldn't pass the input provided as a date value.
How did your own become dates? Snap it to me and send. Let me see.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, start of the year. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
So my error
Yes.
is because the format of the date that we inputted is day, month, year. Right? Sorry, month, day, year. But what it's allowing is day, month, year.
You have to drop that data and you bring it back in again.
Okay.
Something went wrong when you were bringing it. Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Madam Odwak. I see you're raising your hand.
You asked if we were done. So that's why I raised my hand.
Okay. All right. Are we good? Are we good? Are we all good? Are we all good? Yes, this class
Yeah.
practical.
Able to do the year and month's name. I'm glad, and I've been able to drag it, to drag them
awesome.
to. So I give thanks to God.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy that we are all good. All right. So I think we should wrap. Please let me mute your mic. All right. All right. So, I think we should stop here today so that we can allow everybody rest. But watch out for my assignments during the week on Power BI. Right. We're going to be doing a whole lot on data that we have. Right. Like I said, I'm going to send you data that you're going to work with. Right. And these data are going to be transforming them. And I might even shoot them beyond what we have talked about. So be ready to do some research by yourself and be ready to implement plenty. Ebuka, what up? Why are you surprised? Yes, no. All right. So I might be shooting the questions beyond some of the things that we've done, but that is the strength that comes with you learning these things by yourself, right? So you use the guide that I've given to you, right? And of course, the business case that I'm sending to you to figure it out. If you are not able to figure it out, no problem. Fix it in class, but do all your best to be able to figure some of these things out, right? It will let you understand these things correctly and we'll be glad, right? Thank you for coming. Abiola, what's up?
So I redid it and he gave me the same error.
The same error. Wait. Send it to snap it and send it to me later. So we'll look at it.
Okay.
All right. So thank you for coming. Yes. So now what you want to do is yes. Thank you for reminding me. When you are done, right? You close and apply. Right? Look at it. You close and apply from your home. Right? You close. You apply. You can apply and leave, or you just close and apply. Then it will load the data in. But we're not done with what we want to do, but you can still load the data in and save the project. So that's what I want everybody to do. Close and apply. Click on close and apply.
Close and apply.
Right?
Yes. Wait.
Can you see it is applying changes?
Wait.
Close and apply. Then it will load the data in. Close and apply. Once that is done, it will load the data in by itself.
Where, sir?
Your close and apply is beside your home in that Power Query environment.
I didn't see it. Is it written there or is it a sign?
It is a.
Written
Hold on,
there,
I'll show you.
just like
Let me come. Let me watch you. Where?
Hold on, just hold on.
Yes.
All right. This is your close and apply here. You go to your home. It's the first menu you see on our.
Okay. Yeah.
Just click on close and apply. Are you there? Are we there? So you see that it will load the data in. Can you see that it has loaded the data in by the side? Can you see it? To load the data in there. All right? To load the data in. So that is the query.
I don't even understand this.
How many of us have closed and applied?
Mr. Sean, please, I'm lost too.
I didn't even see that close and apply. I clicked on my
Go back. Go back to your Power Query.
Okay.
You are still in this environment. You are still in this environment, right?
Yeah. Okay, I should.
Are you in this? Are you still in this? Are you seeing my screen? Look at my screen. Look at my screen.
I'm not seeing you. Okay, let me click on it. Okay. I've seen it, but I can't. My own, that thing is not active. I don't know what happened.
Have you seen my screen? Hold on. Have you seen? Can you see my screen?
Yes. I've seen
Go to
the
your-
cross and this thing. Home.
Go to your home.
Mhm. I
Then
can see it
click on-
under the file. But that's what I'm trying
Yes.
to tell. Okay, let me snap my own and show you what I'm seeing. I loaded wrong thing. Let's see. Still in the page. Let me see.
Have we closed and applied now?
Let me show you what I saw. I'm sending it to you on WhatsApp.
All right. All right. Have others closed and applied?
Yes, we have.
All right. So if you have closed and applied, right? Now save that work that you have done. You
So
want to
check your
save it.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Mr. Sean, please, I'm lost too.
Where are you? Don't be lost.
So how do we save?
Hold on 1 minute. Madam Angela, your what's it called is missing. You need to expand your what's it called? You need to expand your window, your ribbon, so that you can see close and apply there. See, this is why you're not seeing it. Hold on, people, hold on.
I expanded it and I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
So, welcome. So, since you have saved, Elijah, what we are doing is that after we have done everything that we have done today, we want to close and apply what we have done. So go to your home. Can you see my screen? Go to your home. You will see close and apply on that file. Just click on it to save. It's like you're saving everything that you have done on Power Query. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So having done that, right, now you want to save, right? So go to File, and click on Save As. Click on File and Save As, and give your document or the work a name. Give your file a name. Power BI files are saved as .pbix. Power BI files are saved as .pbix. So give your work a name, save it. Right? Save your work and you can close it. right? You can see that my own now has what? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there's a PBIT, there's a PBIX. I should select PBIX.
PBIX, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Please, Mr. Shem, I have to switch off. My battery has gone really because we don't have light.
We're done, ma'am. We're done, ma'am. We're done.
Okay, but I've saved.
All right.
Closed and applied and saved.
All right, ma'am.
Murphy. You guys
Please
come
mute your
upstairs.
mic.
It's past bedtime, please. Jesus.
All right. Are we closed and apply? If you have closed and apply and you are saved, that is the end of today's class. Watch out for the assignment on the WhatsApp group. Watch out for the assignment on the WhatsApp group. Thank you for coming today. God bless you. Watch out for your assignment and for your project. What is it?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma. Good night, ma.
Night, sir.
Have a nice weekend.